Good evening, everybody. This is the Ustad. You're listening to the Open Window Show, killradio.org. Broadcasting live from the outskirts of Koreatown. We got Steve Barada next to me. A little tribute to Ravi Shankar here. So, the moment you've been waiting for, we're going to have Skyline Electric. And I thought we'd have them have a little opener from Ravi Shankar playing from the afterlife. So, the moment you've been waiting for, Skyline Electric, here they are.
was a holiday song. Ow, my back. My groin.
That one was called Heathen and the Scoundrel.
Why?
Alright.
Heads up for the around the horn in the middle.
Yeah, got it.
This one's called Earplugs.
called earplugs.
That was your plugs.
Yeah.
That's our edition for this evening, or we have another selection.
Another one.
Another one.
Thanks for having us on the show.
Let's have Wild and Christine start this
Yeah.
battle, like fuck each other up. We can say that on Mr. Radio. Fuck each other up. Open windows.
Shukran.
Been listening to Skyline Electric live on Open Windows Show. You guys gonna want to do another one?
It's 11:30.
We got time. We could do another one.
We'll do it like a 10-second one.
All right.
We'll actually do 3 for you.
3 10-second ones?
How about
We're gonna do 3
6?
for
We're worried about getting paid right now.
There you go.
Coming, man. But we do keep it spiritual, so. Okay. Here we go. This is called Exorcist Met 2012 at the end.
That's banned on the radio. No matter what.
Alright.
That's what happened when.
Hey,
Skyline.
5 mics.
Now that's it. That's it.
Thanks for having us.
Is that it? You guys want to?
We can only say he didn't do this.
You guys want to take a 10-minute break and come back? No, thank you. That was a blowout set. Thank you very much for coming in. And that was Skyline Electric. And pardon me if I got the name wrong the first time.
Electric will be at the last bookstore every fourth Thursday of the month, starting in January. First show is going to be with Street Robe. If you've never seen Street Robe, then well,
There's the place to
you need
check them
get-
out.
You need to get on the street.
Now, last bookstore.
Last bookstore.
That's on Spring Street downtown, 5th and Spring.
Yeah, that's 5th and Spring. You can't miss it. 10,000 square foot.
It's big. It's
old
big.
bank
It's
lobby
huge.
used bookstore. Every fourth Thursday of the month, and there's going to be a lot of special guests there. There's going to be a lot of unspecial guests there too. But
Well.
unspecials that you have to watch out for these days.
So, how did you guys get started? I mean,
Well,
I love asking this question if
I don't know
anybody
who
comes
can answer
in.
that question. Was it Thursday nights?
It started off as a cult.
Yeah.
Started off as a kind of improv session on Thursday nights, and I work for an electric company called Skyline Electric that, that the drummer just so happens to own. So we decided that there's no use to have another name, so Skyline Electric became the name of the band. Instead of calling it Thursday nights at 9 p.m.,
So
it's
you
now
give-
called Skyline Electric.
You give them a lot of promotion. They should be paying you for this then.
They should be paying me
For
for it.
real.
Yeah. So
We're too busy as it is.
yeah. I accept postage only, so
So-
don't pay me for it.
So it just kind of gradually build up to what it is now. What was like some of the steps you went through?
There's been more people in the group. There's been people who've drifted in and out, but there's generally a core, members that are around for most of the shows. Sometimes there's 4 of us. Sometimes there's 12 of us. So
Oh my
it
God.
all kind of depends on.
That's amazing.
what the
12.
night
That is amazing.
There's a couple string players, Peter and Tylana, cello, and violin that we were really missing tonight, along with Jerry Schultz on trumpet. And that about completes our the core group. There.
So, are you guys? Do you guys have composed pieces, or is that all improv?
It is 99.5% improv, and then there's just a little a hint of maybe spiritual and mental direction
Connection.
at the beginning of the.
Can we introduce
the
everybody
show.
in the band before you guys pack up all your stuff and run out of here?
Yeah, by all means.
So we're talking to Brad.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Brad Goldhorn. I play the electric cornet. And on the drums here,
And
we
bass.
have Alan Myers.
Hey, Alan.
Drums and percussion. Have another drummer here, Chris Vagnoni, Fat Albert Einstein. You guys need to check out the new Fat Albert Einstein record. Yeah.
Chris is very familiar with this studio. I see him in here like every third week on the Culture Remix show, but right before our show.
Give it up to Julian, Culture Remix. Woo!
That's a great show. So we'll talk more about Fat Albert Einstein after we introduce the rest of the band.
Igor Mokian.
Hey, what's up?
He is on the generated circuits, circuit bend stuff, and other things
Igor
that
played
are-
on this show before, so listeners will know his material. Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks a lot.
There you go.
Yeah, basically, one of the circuit benders was out of town one day, and they asked me to sit in and play with them. And that was in 2007. I've been playing with him
You've
ever
been playing
since.
with him ever since.
Oh, he's still sitting in with us. The guy's still out of town.
6-year trial basis.
My God.
Yes.
My God.
I forgot what that guy's name is, but he's still out of town.
And so okay. And who else is in the band?
We have on Circuit Band keyboards and the pianette T, Christine Myers.
Welcome to the show.
She's
Circumvent microphone too,
she's
apparently.
related to the drummer by common law, I believe. That's right. That's right.
Welcome, welcome.
And then probably the newest member of the group, which helped us out, is Angel Hernandez here. And he's no stranger to the Los Angeles music scene. Boy Pongo. You've seen him in Kill Sonic. You've seen him in a lot of different bands.
Holy shit, you're in that band too? I love them.
He's
Too good.
He's too good for this band. There's
she said.
there's another guy who's out of
That's what she
town who's
You can't get it anywhere else.
yeah.
You gotta keep coming back.
Yeah.
That's all.
Gotta keep it spiritual.
Yeah.
So, and what about there's someone else too who used to play with me a few years back, and he's listening.
Claw!
Oh,
What's up, Claw?
Ghana.
Mad love to Ghana, Claw.
Yeah.
Ghana. What's
Adam
going on in
Reese.
Ghana over there?
Adam Reese. The
We
Claw.
miss you, Adam.
Yeah, the Crawl used to be with us.
Enjoy Ghana. How long you over there for? What, a year or something?
Yeah, I'm actually replacing him as the bass player until he gets back, and then when he gets back,
He's
I'll
the
be-
man, though.
Yeah,
So when he gets back, and hopefully you guys will come here and play again.
yeah.
If not before that,
that'd
with
be
the
good.
you know.
Either that or we go to Ghana and play.
Hey, yeah.
Right.
And we got germs.
Yeah.
That brings me to like, do you guys have influences from different like cultural music forms, ethnic music, whatever, African?
No, not really. We never heard of that stuff. We just kind of came up with it on our own.
I'm a
Yes.
I'm a big John Candy fan. If that
Cool
and
Runnings.
That's a big influence on my music, I guess.
I like canned heat.
Yeah.
Oh, there
yeah.
you go.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's tight. I like Jimi Hendrix. That's my influence.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a Sagittarius.
I am Sagittarius.
Me too. I
What
could.
the-
I'll drink to
Heathens-
that.
Heathens dwell.
Cheers.
Man.
What's your birth date?
The 9th of December.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right after Jim Morrison. Yeah,
Man.
December 8th. Yeah, and John Lennon was killed on December 8th.
Wow.
Anyway, so
as you can tell, we're really into the Doors.
Oh yeah. But
but
along those lines, they
No, it's just our look, you know.
one of their albums they had some jazz influences.
Oh.
Their third, not the
yeah.
third one.
Definite.
I'm a smart ass
culture.
too, so
that's okay.
you have to.
Yeah,
We're-
don't
we're
know
against
what material
censorship.
comes-
Very
Edgar
much.
Perez,
Say again.
anybody wants to
There we
check
go.
out
Yeah. Yeah.
stuff, just random stuff, check out some Edgar Perez or some Sun Ra or some Ornette. I hear a lot of Ornette and Duke Ellington. And,
I think those are guys that
Let
Frank
them know, brother.
Frank Zappa used to harp on about those guys all the time. Perez and
Yeah, that was
you know.
where I learned about Perez from.
Yeah?
When I was like 12.
And
Nice.
as far as
Okay.
we got to go back to. I got to mention Kill Sonic again too, as
Yeah.
far as LA bands that
Yes.
that we can relate to in
Mhm.
a sense. So if any of the Kill Sonic members are listening,
yeah, if any of you guys are listening,
Or not.
we'd like to have you guys on the show if we can fit you all in here.
They won't fit.
yeah.
Well, they could play out on the street here on Vermont, and then we can
There you
just put
go.
a microphone out the window.
That would be
tight.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Wow.
Yeah, and again, I'm gonna have to plug the show that's coming up with
Please
Street
do.
Robe. If you've never seen Street Robe before, it's really an amazing thing to see that band. That's going to be the 24th of January at the Last Bookstore. Every fourth Thursday of the month will be Skyline Electric playing there at 10 p.m. sharp. And we'd also like to give a shout out to Maki from KXLU to, support your corporate radio. Is that what? Oh, no, this is non-corporate radio.
That's it.
Well, maybe they're not.
That's
but
why we have
Maki KXLU, he's helped out, putting on, we played his radio show and doing events for him.
Oh, yeah?
So that's,
I'm sorry.
definitely-
I have to do a plug for Verizon. And
Oh, no problem.
I just want to do a plug. You guys, I know what New Year's Eve represents. If you're not doing anything, we're going to be having like an open studio from 8 o'clock on. I'm extending an invitation if you guys want to come in.
Okay.
Yeah, and any incarnation of your group, whether it's one of you or 12 of you, you could stop by and just play.
All right.
Be really nice.
Yeah.
So
if the checks keep coming, it's fine with me.
Igor, this is your second time playing on this show. Wow, noise microphone. That's great.
Can you hear it?
Did you circuit bend that microphone when we weren't looking?
Yep.
So your contribution was the circuit noises. So is Skyline Electric noise, or what is it?
It's a improvised sounds, music, beats, noise, experience. There are dozens of Skyline Electric videos on YouTube. If you just go on YouTube and type in Skyline Electric improv or Skyline Electric sounds, music, there's videos from the past years.
Wonderful.
Different experiences throughout the Los Angeles area.
Now you have your own stuff going on. You've got your solo.
Igor Makian?
Yeah.
Yeah, still.
What's going on in that realm?
A lot of circuit
Since you were here last, what's going on? What do you have going on in the future?
Well, a lot of circuit bending, a lot of gigs, local gigs, doing beat shows and noise shows, and slinging instruments and merchandise, and having a good time.
And continually bending the circuits of toys that you find in old microphone units and PA systems and toys and all that.
Exactly.
Robots.
Robots.
I'd like to thank you guys for having us.
So do you guys have is there any Skyline Electric CDs available, or is this primarily a live outfit?
It's a live outfit because you never know what you're going to get. It's like every time you get an experience live speaking, it's always different.
So are you guys like morally opposed to recording yourselves and releasing it, or you just don't think about it?
They're in the vaults, actually.
Yeah,
those are in the vaults, and we're waiting for
Is that waiting for what? After the Mayan apocalypse, or?
You could say that, actually. We're doing ceremonies with those recordings. So
yeah, I was going to say.
Those are like...
You got a couple of days left, really.
Yeah. It's like every time we perform, it's like a public appearance. So, spiritually, when we share that, it's like private, almost. And if you're there, it's like you're in there.
So you like to keep it special for the people who are there listening live with their ears, or on the radio, or on the internet, or on this archive.
But we will be coming out with some stuff soon.
I'm just like trying to put in the plug for. I would like to have some CDs to listen to in the car.
Oh, CD, yes.
Or whatever, of you guys. I really enjoy cassette tapes would be great.
Cassette tapes. Okay,
I love
we'll get you a cassette tape.
Last time Igor was here, he gave me a bunch of cassette tapes. We spun some last week. We got a cassette player right there.
There we go.
And I love tapes. Tapes. Right. Are you guys what medium do you guys like best?
Probably cassette. I would have.
You
to
like
go
cassette
with.
better than anything else.
Record is the ultimate, but as far
vinyl,
as
we have turntables right here.
Yeah. Well, as far as pressing it up, it takes a bit more effort to do that, but
getting the capital is always the hard part.
Yeah. That's always a tough part.
It's a challenge, but
how many people have record players these days?
Well, it's coming back.
It is coming back.
So what's the future? What does the future hold for you guys besides the residency that you guys have coming up, and what in the next 12 months, say?
Well, we're looking at playing more events that are not associated with so much the 45-minute set at the bar kind of thing. More like more art gallery oriented things, and things with like-minded bands, you know. So I think the residency at the bookstore will expose these other bands and us at the same time, and where else do you see us playing?
Would you guys ever play like a really bizarre gathering of noise and
Definitely.
experimental stuff out in the Mojave
that
Desert?
is what it is.
In the Mojave Desert?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
We've actually. I mean, we are like ceremonial. Every time we get together, it's like a ceremony. It's like
Sure.
Like, so the desert is a perfect place.
Yeah, we
to release the heathen out of us and
Well,
turn it into an event where
we've
we
discussed going out to the desert and playing something like that.
we actually got something that we're working on in the mist, and it's in Joshua Tree.
But there's not much mist at Joshua Tree, so
But
we'll have to.
the planning is there. So
We're gonna bring a fog machine out to the desert and make it.
there's an artist that lives out there and has a beautiful spot. It's really hidden and underground. And when we do come out with that event,
yep.
which I am working on,
Watch
It'll
for the
be-
smoke signals.
Let
You'll
us
see.
know. Let
It'll
us know because I
be
want to
in,
head out there.
yeah, it'll be in the flyers and all that.
There's nothing better
Oh, yeah.
than music out
So
in
I'm
the
thinking
desert.
maybe Booyah Pongo and Skyline Electric.
What's
in
the other
Joshua
band?
Tree.
What's it?
Booyah Pongo.
Who's that?
Booyah Pongo is a band I play with. And it's cumbia, merengue, punta, African, indigenous,
So really, rhythmic.
really rhythmic, danceable.
Sounds
Booyah
great.
Pongo. And we have a show coming up on the 21st.
Where's
with
that?
La Chamba in East LA. You could check it out. Like, you could just go on booyahpongo.com or on the Facebook.
How do you spell it?
BUYEPONGO.com.
Great. That sounds really good. Maybe you guys can play here sometime.
There it is.
I don't know if you guys would fit. I don't know what
Yeah,
your
it
setup
fit.
is.
I mean, it's acoustic. I mean, it's
Okay.
like no drums.
Oh, that'd be
just
beautiful.
Percussion.
Yeah, we'd love it.
We could work it out. I really just love to have you guys come back.
Cool. Yeah, I mean,
Eh.
Skyline Electric is one of my favorite bands to play with.
I see that already.
It's
I
so
just see it.
free and like you never know what's gonna happen. It's kind of like a Grateful Dead type of aspect, but in a different style of music. You know,
Right.
Like you never know what's gonna happen, and it's always different. And it's always actually it's always amazing for me as a musician, but as the audience, I mean, I always get good response. You know, like.
Well, maybe you guys can get a residency on Kill Radio sometime.
That would be beautiful. Now, you must get like different responses from your audiences. Is that like,
Yeah,
that's a
different.
challenge, huh?
Yeah, because it's kind of like for everyone it's different. I mean, some people like it, some people like it for different reasons.
I think
And-
one of the best responses I got was one guy came up to us after a show and asked me if that was a real band.
Really?
So are you guys a band?
a real band?
I'm like, no, we just.
That was
all
the sound check.
showed up.
Like
Yeah,
that
it was
Ravi
the sound
Shankar,
check.
you know that Ravi Shankar live at Bangladesh concert, and he goes, everybody applauds, plays some notes, applause, and he's like, if you like the tuning, you will love the raga.
Yeah.
You know what
Well,
I mean? It's like-
there is a lot of people that didn't come through. I mean, we have another trumpeter, Germs. We call him Germs.
okay.
He didn't come through today. He's missing. And we have a cello player
Yep.
I saw you guys with the cellist.
and
Back at
violinist.
Handback. Okay.
Peter,
Oh wow.
Kailana, cello, violin. We forgot to mention Austin, upright bass player.
Wow.
Who's he's always in the band. He doesn't make it to every gig, but when he does, it's a nice nice addition to the group.
I mean, and since everybody's busy, like they do have other projects and bands. When
Right.
we do get together, it's like a good opportunity of, experience.
Yeah, it's tough to put things in words when you play instrumental music in the first point, which is why it's like the best way that I can describe it is that it's instrumentals for books on tape.
That's great. It's also concepts. You get images in your mind, so it's like beyond words, actually.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, it's always different for everyone, like it could be memory for someone, and for another person, it could be inspiration to paint a canvas or really to just change themselves. And I mean, that's why we are musicians, because we've heard music in the past and it inspired us, or it actually grabbed us to where we wanted to make music or want to make some kind of art. So music is that, it inspires you or it motivates you to go into a direction. And that's why music is so special, because it is spiritual, and for that reason, I mean, people are very affected by music, and music is important. We need music, and it's a form of happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I mean, it could be other forms too, but the best one is, happiness.
But it's kind of like what you guys are tapped into is like, when jazz kind of went more in the cosmic or the spiritual kind of realms, where it got really interesting, like just like a few years before it, like, became like David Sanbornized, and cheesed out, but like, there was
jazz
a period
is major.
of time.
I mean, jazz is vast. It's like there's so many different styles of jazz, and it's all inspiring. I mean, we got Lottie Liston Smith that gave us what Pharoah Sanders gave us, and Pharoah Sanders giving us what Miles Davis gave us.
I was thinking about Miles Davis because Jimmy, one of his last recordings did a lot of stuff with Miles.
And then we got Miles Davis.
Miles
giving us what
yeah.
Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie had to give. And then before that, it's like a family tree just of music. So like, I mean, Miles Davis is like, if it wasn't for him, there wouldn't be a lot of things that we have, I mean, a lot of people need to look into where it is that hip hop comes from, or different funk, or why does Herbie Hancock do that kind of music. I mean, Miles Davis is like a big major part of the experimental life of music. So
and I think one thing is that in my experience with everything is that doing what we just did, if anybody heard that, if anyone's out there listening, it's
there are people listening.
Okay, thank you for listening. Then I would have to say that that speaking of musical influences is just one small part of what the band is doing. There's music that we listen to, but I think one thing that brings us together is that we're a band. We're a band meaning people together united for a common purpose. Mm-hmm. So we would be hanging out with each other if none of us played music. I think if that was the case, if we were, we might be a bowling team in a previous lifetime or something like that. But we're together as a band, and if we're gonna paint a house, we'll paint a house. But we prefer playing musical instruments and being united that way. But what I'm saying is that influences is like things that we do in our everyday lives. A lot of us are artists in other respects besides music, or thinkers, or there's not a lot of prime time TV involved in the thought process.
Far from it.
Steve and I understand that, and our listeners are definitely on that same wavelength.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why we surf the water and not the net too much.
I love that one. It's going back to basics, really.
So, I mean, the thing is I don't want to keep you guys too much because you guys have a lot of gear, and you're pros. You guys are tearing it down as we talk, and jobs. We all do too. That's the. What do you think about that? Comment on that then. Like you gotta go to work in the morning after playing a gig till like midnight. How do you feel about that?
No comment on that one.
That's just nothing that
Yeah,
can be
we're
said.
gonna,
Huh?
we're gonna save that for the next radio show.
We'll talk about that one.
Yeah,
next
we
time.
should,
next
'cause
year,
That's a good segue. So
I think we all have viewpoints on that one. I know I do, as far as musicians and artists should get paid for their artistry.
yeah, we just brought the conversation a little too much into the mundane, so maybe we should end it there.
Yeah, well, people should get paid for their services. The problem with that is that anyone could learn how to play guitar in a weekend and then expect to get paid for their services. But
That's true.
I don't mean to bag on anyone who's trying to learn guitar in a weekend. But if there was more of not a union of musicians, but it just seems like a lot of clubs put on bands just because those bands will play for free. And I've seen a lot of bands. Yeah, and I've seen
advantage of.
The other way around.
Right. And I've seen a lot of bands, great bands in this city that have dissolved because
Oh yeah, for those
they-
musicians
you know.
out there, I mean, don't sell yourself for cheap, because whatever work that is you put into what you're doing as an artist, musician, it's not something that should be taken for granted. It should be special, and you should always look at it as gold, because it is special. Your music can go further and farther than what you think.
Well, put it
And
this.
on that note, if you are buying, we are selling. So
I should have to do
if you
it.
need some music, we have some music for sale. We have some
But
performances.
it is live. It's live.
It is live, yes. The whole we have to set up in your living room.
Yeah. But it doesn't have to be that big of a living room.
No, it doesn't.
Well, we need someone to sacrifice for the ceremony, and some
Tiger
food
Man. We'll get
and some
Tiger Man.
beverages.
So I just wanted to end
Good
off
night
on one
to-
thing.
to you guys.
What you guys are doing, you're bringing joy to people, and that's your pay right there. It's infinite. And like the sky's the limit is the ceiling. I mean, it is infinite. Thank you for coming
Are you
in.
speaking from the heart, Steve?
I'm
It
speaking
brought
from
joy
the heart,
to you,
man.
right? It brought joy.
It sure did.
Yeah.
It's been like a pleasure moment for me. I was absorbed in everything. Thank you.
We handpicked the
Thank
bands
you.
that play on here, and we were just so honored that you guys played.
Oh,
you know.
that was great.
So I hope we can get a residency type of deal going on here.
Thank
You know.
you. And I'm sure
And,
we'll be able to come back here soon.
And if not, we'll still come back, even if there is no residency.
Even if it's just one of you, in a solo.
I don't know, one of us. That's trouble. I wouldn't.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah. I
So
wouldn't
the
doubt that.
thing is, when you guys get together, though, I mean, the thing is that what do you call that when you guys interact like intuitively and all that? Just one last question. I mean, how do you feel about that interact? I mean, something magical happened.
It's improv, but it's improv with people you're comfortable with already. You can have an improv session with a bunch of great musicians, and it could turn out great. None of them might not know each other.
Yeah.
We have that. We kind of have that heads up going into whatever we're playing, is that particular person's like that, and
Okay.
they have those attributes in playing music and in cooking and in gardening and whatever they do, so it's not really a predictable nature, but it's each person has their certain taste, and it kind of
Blends.
it kind of translates into whatever they're doing, whether it's music or art or walking or however it is.
Yeah.
A certain gait.
Okay.
I like what you said about gardening, because it's a good analogy. It's like a garden of variety, and each person is their own particular rose or flower, if you want to
Yeah,
put it that
it's
way.
like we got a little bit of lavender, then we got some sage and some weed,
Yeah.
and then we got some
You can't say that.
peyote and some other stuff. Just
Yeah.
mixed it all together, and then just grind it into powder, and then started it.
Oh, God. That's a good one.
Yeah, okay. I didn't see any evidence of that.
That last one
Literally.
goes
You thought I
uncensored.
was going to make a tea, didn't you?
Well,
Yeah.
I think that I think the gardening analogy is a good one because it's we play nature music. It's
Yeah.
like it's like the sounds of nature cassette tape that you put on where you just hear the whales singing.
That's right.
That's what you got in 1985. And in 2020, I hope that the sounds of nature, you'll hear us on the cassette. Like, we'll be, because this is what nature is making now. The cars and the horns and the
Really?
beeps and things. Birds are emulating what machines are doing now.
That's
And
right. That's right.
It's it's gone full circle.
So at one point there was a sort of a climactic moment of one of your pieces, and then we heard what we always hear every week, Steve, as a siren of some sort whizzing by. Some medical emergency going on outside or something.
It seems that most shows that we play, at least one of the songs ends with the siren going by.
Oh, my God.
That's
Sunset Boulevard is a good one for that.
yeah, right.
And of course, the last bookstore. There's a few sirens down there too.
Yeah. So that kind of natural sound you're talking about blends in.
They're all
City noise.
part of the band.
Yeah.
All right, Dangers. We're about to take off, so
Okay.
you guys have a good night. Much blessings
Thank you.
for the day 21st at night. You guys have a special and wonderful time, whether it's with your families, your loved ones, or the universe. You guys enjoy that change in the
Changing
universe.
my underwear. Change the sheets.
The universe
Well.
does reflect into our underwear. It's true. That is
Shoot.
coming from a true Yaki that is going to bless you guys right now with these words, which
Really
means
true.
But
Yucky.
Okay, this isn't KPFK. Get off the mic.
wang dang.
Well, you know-
Come on,
Dang, dang,
Shang.
dang.
All right. Shukran.
Okay, there it is.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
All right.
good night. Have a good night.